Okay, hello, welcome back. This is a video about Spanish, the verbs ser and estar, which both mean to be. The first thing we're going to talk about is what is the difference between these verbs. So ser and estar both have a bunch of different functions, and this is not an exhaustive list, but here's some of the main ones. So first is what we call a copula. This means that one thing is equal to another. So if we say A is a man, A es un hombre, right? A is a man. A es un hombre. We also have a predicative, or when something is equal to a predicate. This is an adjective sentence, an adjective statement where A is equal to an adjective. So A es talentoso, A is talented. Origin, somebody is from an area or from a group. We would say they're from with es or ser, right? That would be A es de China. And then we have career. So you are a teacher. A es maestro. So he is a teacher. Estar is for more temporary things. In fact, estar makes the word estado, which means state, as in like a status or a state of being. And it comes from Latin roots, I'm sure they share. So this is related to the word status or state. The first purpose we use is location. Like A is in Mexico would be A está en México. If something is made of a material, we say it's hecho de, está hecho de. And this is a really weird one because we kind of think of this as more of a permanent thing, which is associated with ser, but this is one of those exceptions. We say está hecho de. We talk about a condition, a temporary condition. So A está feliz means A is happy. But if we're talking about A being a happy person, you would say es feliz, es una persona feliz. And then the last one is a present progressive. A is cooking, A está cocinando. So that's, they're doing it right now. In this moment, they are doing something. Next, we're going to talk about what conjugation means. We'll talk more about that when we talk about verbs and the regular conjugations. But verbs change depending on who is doing the action. Just some English examples would be I cook and she cooks. It has tense. This shows us when the action happened. This would be I cook and I cooked. And it has mood. And we actually have three moods. We have an indicative, meaning factual, conditional, meaning theoretical, hypothetical. And the last is called a subjunctive, which is kind of another theoretical, hypothetical, but we'll go into more detail about that on another time. But that would be I cook and I would cook. Now, these verbs are irregular, so you have to commit these to memory, but you use them so frequently that you will memorize them quicker than you realize because you use them in a lot of sentences. It's one of the most common verbs in English, and I think it is also the most common verb in Spanish. So this would be yo soy, and there's actually a reason for that because a regular conjugation would be so, and it used to be so yo, and then it became soy. And that's really the origin of a lot of these irregular verbs is they were regular at one point and then they became irregular. Tú eres, vos sos, él, ella, usted es. So this is one of those cases where we show that usted shares the same verb conjugation as él and ella. So if I say you are somebody, tú eres alguien, or usted es alguien, they both mean you are someone in English, but the verb changes depending on if we're using tú, even vos, and usted. Nosotros or nosotras, somos, we are. Vosotros sois, you all are. Ellos, ustedes son, you guys are. Now we have the verb estar, to be, and this is where I figured out I could make the chart a little bit prettier and make it take up the whole page. So they should be nicer from now on. But we have estar, to be. This would be yo estoy, and the same reason as ser, right? So it'd be so yo. Estar became esto, right? Is the original form, esto, yo, and they combine to make estoy. Tú and vos have the same form. It would be estás. Él, ella, usted está. Nosotros estamos. And this is one of those weird ones about nosotros. Nosotros usually doesn't carry an accent, even if it's in the rest of the conjugations. So this will be the only one that does not have a accent. Vosotros estáis. Ellos, ellas, ustedes están. And now we'll do some examples. So if we're talking about I am from America, so this is a place of origin, right? So we're going to use the verb ser. In this case, it would be yo soy de América. Now, what if you are currently in America? Well, two things about this. Spanish is a pro-drop language, and we'll talk about that more later, but simply said, you don't need the pronoun. You can just drop it, and it's understood because most of them are separated so much by conjugation. So soy only belongs to yo. But if I am in America, that would be estar because it's a location. It'd be estoy en América. If she is my teacher, this is a both a profession and a copula, right? It's equal to each other, and it's a profession. So there'd be ella es mi profesora. Esta mesa, this table, está hecha de madera. All right, so that's because it's made of something. There we go. I had to improvise. A lot of this stuff got jangled, but I give some more examples. Nosotros contentos. So this is a condition, right? We are happy would be estamos. Tú limpiando, you are cooking. This is a present progressive, an action you're doing right now would be estás limpiando. Maria blank, a lawyer. So this does not use the ella, usted, right? It's not using a subject pronoun, it's using Maria, which is a third person. So this would be es abogada because it's a career. And lastly, vosotros en España. So this is a place, a location. So you are in would be estáis. All right. Let me know if you have any questions.